now what we're going to do, we're going to look at the brush tool in Adobe Illustrator. So I have my blank document. You guys now how to open up a blank document or a current project in Adobe Illustrator. So now we're going to look at our toolbars. Now if you can't see your toolbars, once again, not once again, go to Windows. And you'll see toolbars where you should want advanced, not basic. So, and then it shows you all the things you have up. Now, for the brushes, if you're working with brushes, I would also pop one here to show that the brush tab that's over here. So I have my brushes. I can hold down this. It gives me options. Now we're not using the blob brush tool. We're just going to stay with the paintbrush tool. So we're staying with the paintbrush. We have our selections. Now you can go basic at the top as far as your sizes, stroke, what type of roundness, if there is roundness or something else that's involved, tapered. So what we can do is, let's just start playing around so I can give you an idea. Now we can also change the color. So right now I have black. Now if you want to change it beforehand, sometimes it's a little pain. I double click on here. I'm going to do red. So it comes up red. Sometimes it doesn't, but we're not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to see if I can get, sometimes these work, sometimes they don't. And it shows it's consistent, so I would say no. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get that. Okay. So what I can do also is Command Z will go backwards. I can always go up to Edit and Undo Stroke, or I can just click Command Z and just keep going backwards. So let's go back to black. Oops. Now what we can do is when it comes to color, so I have my colors here. That's the same thing. I look up here. I clicked on my color. That has your black and whites. So your definitive black and your definitive white. So going back to this. So if we have our round brush, we want to go to here. Let's see here. Now if it doesn't work, let's see if we can pull this one off. Nope, it still won't do it. So I'm not worried about it now. Let's forget about that. Let's go to actual brushes. So I'm going to my brushes. If you have something you don't like or you don't see, that gives a little more of a finer tune to it. Let's go backwards. But I can go to my library down here at the bottom, brush libraries menu. I click on it. It gives me all these options. Now, special weird ones, I usually stay with the artistic. And the artistic can go calligraphy, ink, paintbrush, scroll, all these different ones which you guys can play around with. I'm going to go to the ink, artistic ink. I'm going to bring it over here so it doesn't mess with my screen. I can pull it down a little bit. So this is where I like everything separated so I can work around it. I enjoy that. Like I said, some people like it kept in. I like it a little more freedom. So this is usually my go-to, simple, tapered on both sides. So it shows it there. I don't think this will still, I keep trying to mess with it. Yeah, it does show it now. Now it works with it. Sometimes this works with the other selection of what type of brush you actually have when it comes to the variety in line. So this is nice variety where it has a tapered, but also has this different type of quality where it's kind of in and out depending where it is. Let me do this guy. Oops. So if I do this guy, it's thicker in the middle and thinner at the ends. So they have different varieties. So when you're doing, probably like I said, for me, my favorite is a taper both ends, but I also like this because when I'm doing a face or eyes, now that's a little weird and I'd have to change it, but if I'm doing some sort of body shape, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's where you have to, vary it up. If it doesn't work, you can easily get rid of it. Now, I'm not going to worry about saying about how to get rid of things just yet. I'm just kind of right now just getting through lines. And like I said, I'm going to go Command Z, or you can undo stroke. There's another thing you can do, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about that later. So I'm going to do Command Z, get rid of them. All right, so now these are gray areas, so if you use them, they're nice, but they're going to stay consistently gray. You can't change them. What's the reason for it? I'm not sure why they have it as a gray consistent with it. So you have those. I can click off of this, go back on again, choose another one. I'm going to do the paintbrush. These have different things to them. And you can also check in here, see if there's any, the list view, so you can see that style change a little bit, it doesn't really matter. Thumbnail is good because it shows what it is. So I'm going to stretch it down again. And once you click on it, it's in your current day's list. So you can click on ones that you already opened. So I'm going to try this one. I can change the size up a little bit. And now it has a nice little stroke to it. So here you can get really nice when it comes to that stroke that you're using. So make it really beautiful with the variety in it and how it looks. So we're going to keep this very simple because I'm doing a lot more tutorials when it comes to how to use different parts, okay? So just do it nice and wavy. That was ugly, but we'll do that. There's a nice little abstract piece of art. So that is the basis of your brushes. Knowing where your brush library is going to be, click on it and you'll pop it up to the right in your properties or your property area over here. And you can always get rid of these whenever you want. So if I'm here, I can just delete it and it takes it out. I can take it out. So that way, you know, I keep layers, I keep gradient. I will bring brush in, and we'll talk about all the stuff later. You can always bring it out and get rid of it if you want. If you don't want to keep it in transparency, is to make it nice and clean for you guys. So layers, color, properties with each one. You can change it over here also. Gives you option in your brushes with the properties, and the properties also is right here showing. Okay, so that is it for the brushes. All right.